Hi. So from today on, the English session has finally begun, and today I'm mainly first of all going through the books, the notes that have been lying here. So yes, today the main thing is to finally look through the chapters and a kind of summary. With I also want to talk how to maximize your score in English, because English is not that tough subject to score good marks in. It is an easy subject, it is a language subject, but you need to understand the main thing, which is what the examiner is actually looking for in the answer that you are writing. You don't lose marks because you're not good in English most of the time, but you lose marks because you don't quite understand what the examiner actually wants from you in that answer. We are going to learn what the examiner actually wants so we can serve them what they're actually looking for, and so we can get full marks. Obviously, the main thing is to know what the examiner actually wants, look through the books, the chapters, and yeah, it will be a light session in which I'm going to go through the notes, the chapters, and some of the study material. Now let's start to study English, and it's more interesting than you think it is. It's not just about the only chapter which are going to ask, but also about how you present your thoughts and how you communicate through it. So now let's see what I've studied and how do I perform.
English exams, especially the literature and writing components, are testing something that most students completely misunderstand. They are not testing whether you can write, they are testing whether you can communicate clearly, purposefully, and with evidence. That's different skill. Most students in English exams write around their point rather than making it. They use big words to sound impressive rather than simpler words to be clear. They summarize the story rather than analyzing why the author made specific choices. Here is the shift that changes everything. Stop asking what happened and start asking why did the author make this happen and what effects does it create for the reader. Every technique, every word, choice, structure in a piece of literature is a decision that the author made. Your job in an English exam is to notice those decisions and explain their effect. When you start seeing text that way, a series of intentional choices, the whole subjects become genuinely interesting. You start reading everything differently, and your answer go from the character feels sad to the author uses imaginary darkness and fragmentation to mirror the character's psychological deterioration. And that is the difference between an average answer and a top brand answer. English is the exam where most students leave marks on the table, not because they don't know English, but because they don't understand what the examiner is actually looking for. Once you understand that, that is it.
Hi, so the day I've completed and I have done a bit of study today, and honestly I was not feeling quite well, so I just rested a lot. I did not quite study well, but that's fine. But even the tiny stuff that I've studied, I quite enjoyed that much study as well. So it is a win-win today. Now the study is done and I've taken a rest. I am going to sleep early today, around 10:30 max to max, because I'm not feeling pretty